to talk about Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is a card for retirement, security within a family, your investments, especially investments that give you passive income, financial security, and an established business or some kind of establishment that gives security to the family. And also a trusted path that has been walked many times in the past and that will work again in the future. So this is not really a card for innovation, it's more doing something that has a proven track record to work. This card speaks of wealth, especially wealth that you inherit, or it could also be your own retirement. It can also be old money, so it can be like family money, or even being connected to a company or a business that has old roots. So this card denotes security, something that has taken hold and is stable. So if you are feeling that life is a bit out of bounds at the moment and you get 10 of Pentacles, it can mean that you will be provided for, that the money you need will be there, and that you'll have financial security but also spiritual security as well, because 10 of Pentacles speak of a soul connection to a place and also to the people in your life, so that you can actually start growing deep roots. So you might feel that you have a lot of karma with a place that you're meant to be. You might feel like you are unable to move, and maybe you feel like if you move then everything kind of falls apart and you have to move back again. Like there's something with where you're living as well that's very karmic at the moment when this card is showing up. In a love reading, this card speaks of a relationship that has a very strong tradition and family ties. So it could be a very family-oriented relationship. If the seeker is single, then it could be that you find love with someone you've known for a very long time, or you meet through family, or you'll meet someone who has a very strong family or a very loving and connected family, or you feel very connected to their family. You feel maybe that you finally found your family through this person's family. In a career reading, this card speaks of a family business, old money, earning income through a business that has strong traditions and old ties to the community. Can also speak of passive income, property development, any kind of business development. Can also mean that you're earning bonuses and that you'll earn more than what you expected. It's more likely a yes in a yes-no question. As feelings, this card speaks of feeling really secure and connected to the people in your life, that the people in your life feel like family. It could be that you're very close to your family at this time, or you're around people who are very family-oriented and you feel that you're part of it as well. If you're asking how someone is feeling about you, this card means that this person feels a very familiar connection to you. Maybe they feel also that you have a strong soul connection. It could mean also that they feel like they've known you forever. So it could also be that there's a lot of past life as well with this person. As a personality type, this card speaks of someone who is like a rock. This is someone who holds people together, so that could be the rock of a family, friends, even a workplace, and they're very grateful as well. So they're very content, and they understand how things work on the material plane, and they're often very close to their family. So they could live very close to their family, or even live with like their family in generations. It could be that they live with their parents, grandparents, and that several generations live very close together, even under the same roof. So this card speaks of someone who feels therefore very much that they have found their place in the world. They have this peace within them. They have such a solid connection with the life that they live and their family and community that it's very hard to rock up this person. So this is also someone who ends up abundant, and it's often through investments. And they're reaping rewards, that things that they've planted, that they're finally seeing the fruits of their labor, basically. This card is actually very connected with Seven of Pentacles. So if you do get Seven of Pentacles, then there's a strong spiritual connection to something the seeker planted way back that you're not reaping the reward of. And maybe you don't see the connection yet, but if you do start thinking back, when did you plant the seed? Because when Ten of Pentacles shows up with Seven of Pentacles, you're reaping the reward of your labor, basically. When this card is reversed, then it can mean that there are fortunes wasted or delayed. So it could be money that you expected to have is not there. It could be not enough to retire on, or maybe the retirement money is lost or gone. Maybe investments have been poorly made. Maybe it's hard to save, or there are no savings. Sometimes this card shows up when there's an expected inheritance that doesn't come through. But sometimes this card shows up reversed just when the seeker is disconnected to the place that they live, and that therefore also they feel really disconnected to the people. Or it's the people they feel disconnected to, which makes them feel disconnected from the place. So they're not able to bond properly where they're at for whatever reason. When it's a personality type and it's reversed, it can mean that it's someone who's wasting a lot of money. They could waste other people's money. They might ride other people's success, but they're often, they don't build anything of their own. So maybe it's someone also who is unable to, and sometimes unwilling to provide properly for their families, and maybe they're unable to plan much for the future. Maybe they live from week to week, day to day. Maybe they need to rely on other people's, charity or welfare to get by. This card reversed can mean that this is someone who's ready to retire, but they refuse to retire because they don't want to spend time with their family. So it could mean that their family is a burden rather than a blessing. So this is someone who maybe just escape in their work, but they're working more than what they have to. They don't really need the money. It's just they're trying to avoid an unpleasant situation at home. Let's find out what Ten of Pentacles mean from the lens of the runes. So this is oracle mixing, and I like doing this because sometimes the runes really sum up a card really well, and I learned something new. So let's find out. So I got Yera, so that's the harvest part. And right above it is Isa with Hagalas. And those two runes are part of the second act, which really speaks of things that are a bit out of the seeker's control. So it could mean that, and it's also followed by Thurisas. Speaks of some hard times. But right at the top is Otala, and Otala is homeland. It can speak of family. So at the beginning was Yera, and at the top was Otala, and the three runes in the middle were the three runes that speaks of a little bit of hardship. So that can mean that the seeker through Ten of Pentacles is close to their family because they depend on their family to get through some hard times. So it can mean that the reason the seeker is so close to their family is because they really depend on them now in whatever they're going through. So Ten of Pentacles can mean that their family bonds are growing stronger due to some adversity. So with Ten of Pentacles, the family often come together to support each other. That's the essence of Ten of Pentacles. So guys, the next card I'm going to do is Page of Pentacles. Bye bye!